came back and sold out then too. The best part for me though is I love working with incredibly gifted people who are tops in their field, because in this case, we're about to introduce you to a world-renowned Beverly Hills plastic surgeon. Please Google him. I pray that you will. Dr. Harry Glassman is incredibly famous.
Oh.
It was such a treat to work with you the first time, and here you
Thank
are
you
again.
for that lovely introduction.
Here's Dr. Glassman. He is the co-creator of this device, but I will tell you, he has a practice out in Beverly Hills and has been doing some of the most talented, beautiful work on, of course, you know, the Hollywood celebrity A-list elite for nearly 40 years. And he brought a device to this show several months ago in March. It's called the Reverse. I went bananas for it because, guys, when we show you the pictures of what it does, and it's virtually painless, and what it does is treat wrinkles using light therapy, Dr. Glassman, but you don't, I mean, I didn't feel anything. It is virtually painless, and the results are blow your mind, so welcome to your new best friend.
Yeah, if you have fine lines and wrinkles and you're concerned about the signs of aging, you have a lot of options. This device is a medical device that you can use at home. It's safe and effective. It's been clinically proven to decrease fine lines and wrinkles, to increase firmness, elasticity, and texture, and it does so by increasing the amount of collagen that's produced in the dermis of your skin, which is the holy grail of all skincare.
Now, before you go any further, I want you to take a look at these pictures. This, I get so excited because, again, you guys, when I can bring things to you that are, I mean, my gosh, it's virtually painless. It is so easy. It takes minutes to do, 3 minutes, in fact, a day on the area that you are wanting to treat. And this is FDA cleared for the full face, crow's feet, forehead. But look at the crow's feet, doctor.
Yeah. This is a woman, Sean, from our clinical trial. This is a woman who has very deep lines, not only beyond the corner of her eyes, which we call crow's feet, but take a look under her eyes and even in the area below her brow and her upper eyelid. And this is her after 8 weeks of simply using this device 3 minutes a day on that area. A substantial reduction.
Wait. If I could just sit on this picture forever and never leave this.
Yeah, this is 4 weeks later.
Oh, this is 12 weeks.
Yeah, very dramatic reduction, not only in the number of lines, but also in the depth of the lines. And if you look at the upper eyelid, you can see there's an improvement there. There's an improvement in the lower eyelid, and even an improvement in the position of the eyebrow.
Now look at another woman, again, after 8 weeks, 2 months, using this for 3 minutes a day on the chosen area. Look at the difference in the after of the fine lines and wrinkles, some of them quite deep, just underneath the eye area.
Yeah, this is a fair-skinned woman. These people generally have relatively thin skin to begin with, and they age prematurely. And so you can see after 8 weeks of using the device, 3 minutes on that area per day, that there is a significant, rather dramatic reduction in the depth and the number of those lines.
Guys, it's, when this debuted, I don't think that's, are we supposed to be seeing it that dark?
Yeah, you know, I think that doesn't show up very well. That's
yeah, it
an
doesn't.
African-American woman who was treated also, because we studied all skin types. This is applicable to both sexes, all ages, all skin types. And that African-American woman, I don't think it shows up very well on the monitor, but we were very pleased that the Ebony magazine gave us a Beauty Innovator Award this year.
Huge deal. And you know, here's what I want to say. When you were here, Dr. Glassman, and it was mind-blowing what those pictures revealed, I left the work that night, and the very next day not only purchased this, but I was telling everyone about it. You're gonna walk us through how to use it, but I actually want you to first walk us through how it does what it does.
Be glad to.
It's the little reverse device, and here we go.
So this is an animation. You can see that there are deep fine lines. The device is applied to the surface of the skin. The light penetrates into the dermis. Over time, you can see an increase in the collagen production, and as a consequence of that, the skin becomes thicker, and the fine lines and wrinkles are reduced.
I mean, can we go back to the before and afters? Because I could never get enough of looking at the one where you're gonna see the beginnings of greatness here. And by 12 weeks, it is unbelievable. It is truly unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. And look, there are other ways of going about this, more invasive ways and costlier ways. This is a very effective way to do this at home. And by the way, even though this photograph shows a significant decrease in the lines, it doesn't really reflect one other aspect of that, and that is the improvement in the texture of the skin. When we studied this area, after 8 weeks, 93% of the subjects showed a significant improvement in the texture of their skin.
I mean, Dr. Glassman is sought after for obviously tremendously costly and incredible transformations when it comes to obviously his plastic surgery practice and the makeovers that people seek out. These pictures, again, it charges, it is cordless, it is virtually painless. That picture. So now it's time to teach us how to use it, doctor, because obviously the easy pay is why we encourage you to get it here at QVC and not say elsewhere where it is sold. $49, 90 days you have as a return policy, that's 3 months. I'm blown away by the pictures, but now please school me on how to use it.
Before I do that, I really like that 90-day return policy, especially when it comes to a device like this, because a device like this does not work overnight.
Agreed.
It takes weeks or months for this to happen, and the 90-day return policy really fits in nicely with the effectiveness of this device.
And while you're teaching us how to use it, can you also pepper in along the way why you even chose to create it? Because there are so many approaches to tackling at home fine lines and wrinkles, and surely you could have come along and said, well, the other guys are doing their thing, but your thing has those pictures.
Yes, it does.
So how do we do this?
Well, the reason I began this is because I began obviously doing plastic surgery, which I still do in Beverly Hills. Then the next transition, my other day job, became the medical director of a med spa in Beverly Hills. And then a lot of my patients and a lot of my friends were asking, what do I do at home to take care of my skin? And there's an infinite number of topical regimens that are very effective. This happens to be, I think, the most extraordinary medical device. And we've worked very hard with engineers to develop this and study it, and so I'm proud of it. My reputation stands behind it.
It's FDA cleared for full face. That's a big deal. It's FDA cleared for crow's feet and also forehead. You will walk us through where we hold it, how long we hold it there, what, if anything, we feel, which I don't feel anything right now, and you are treating these areas for just 3 minutes. Every day, every other day?
It's very simple. Easy. I like the fact you mentioned it's cordless, because prior generations of these devices had cords and were tethered to the wall. You can do this while you're on the phone. You can do this while you're watching television. It's very simple. You simply turn it on, and for 3 minutes, you apply it to the area of your concern, whether it's your crow's feet or whether it's the lines around your mouth or your chin, smile lines around your cheek, the 11 lines between your eyebrows, or the horizontal lines of your forehead. And there's a timer that tells you when the 3 minutes is up and it's time to move to the other side.
This is an FDA cleared device, and I have to take you back to those pictures because I had, when Dr. Glassman debuted here at QVC in March, and this sold out in this exact show, I had never seen anything like this in my 10 years at QVC. So, doctor, it begins at 8 weeks. She has been painlessly using this for 3 minutes a day, and look at the area around her eye. Describe what we're seeing.
Dramatic reduction in the number and the depth of the lines that extend beyond the corner of the eyes, which we call crow's feet. I'm not sure how that originated, but that's the name. And if you look at under her eyelid, you can see there's a significant reduction of those fine lines and an improvement in her upper eyelid as well.
Now wait, please, I beg you, can we go to the 12 weeks and just kind of all sit there, just really sit here and really enjoy this moment? Because this is what happened when she used this for 12 weeks. Keep in mind, 12 weeks is 3 months. Keep in mind your return policy is 3 months. Keep in mind you are looking at the same woman in the after, and she used this painlessly, 3 minutes on the crow's feet area, and look what happened.
In the comfort of her home, at a time of her own choosing, not tethered to the wall.
I just can't. So as we're looking at this, because it really, I do think, is quite unbelievable, what is happening that can ultimately be the result?
Well, what happens really is that when you're in your mid-20s, we're looking at the animation now. So this shows the fine lines and wrinkles. The device is applied to the epidermis. It penetrates the dermis, where the cells that are responsible for collagen production are stimulated. Over time, the collagen is produced and increased, and as that happens, it thickens and plumps up the skin and diminishes the fine lines and wrinkles. And you were asking me,
yeah, please tell us. In your 20s.
You start losing collagen in the dermis of your skin when you're in your mid-20s, and you lose it at approximately 1.5% per year. So by the time you're in middle age, you've lost over half the collagen in the dermis, and that's one of the fundamental concepts of aging.
I mean, what I'm feeling, just so you're all clear, because surely when you see pictures like that, you may be apt to think, well, this is a no pain, no gain situation. I just feel warm light therapy. And feel free to run those pictures again, because I'll never get sick of looking at this, which is why exactly 24 hours after Dr. Glassman debuted on QVC, I went on wait list for this item because it had sold out. Then it came back, I believe it was in Friday Night Beauty, it sold out again. This is just 8 weeks. The lines in the before, doctor, are incredibly deep. That is clearly a life well lived with lines well faceted into the skin.
It's quite severe.
Now, in the after,
as we said, this is LED therapy. It's
this is LED light therapy.
4 wavelengths, 3 red, 1 infrared. And as we mentioned, I mean, there are other ways of tackling this as a plastic surgeon, but there are more invasive ways and obviously costlier ways of dealing with this issue.
This, of course, we're going to show you another eye. This is 12 weeks. This is the #1 best thing in the whole presentation. This is the same woman. She used this for 3 minutes on her crow's feet every day. And this is what she looked like. Doctor, I'm going to let you take this one. If you saw this woman come into your practice in the before, and then you saw this woman come into your practice in the after, what do you think, clinically speaking, would you estimate the age difference to be?
I would say from a chronologic standpoint, I would say she looks 20 years younger in that particular region.
Guys, 20 years younger. And it's $49 on Easy Pay. But more important, this is based on similar technology that is used in Dr. Glassman's practice. So it is obviously a truly high-tech, prestige, and investment-grade device, hence the higher price tag. However, I will point out, it is even higher if you buy it on Dr. Glassman's website. We have fewer than 1,100 to go around, and that Easy Pay goes away at midnight, and you have not heard the last of Reverse, because I personally will be telling everyone about it. It's an exceptional concept, and the technology is blow your mind. Thank you, sir. Nice to see you. Mwah.
Same here.
Guys, that's going to do it for Reverse, but that is not going to do it for The Find. We have